any chance that you see the 4-7 Dolphins?
No.
Oh my.
No.
What about the 3-8?
No.
3-8? No. Who's even 3-8 that we're discussing?
Cincinnati and
No.
Cincinnati.
Oh, no.
Stop.
All right. The Chicago Bears have seemingly found a quarterback. I mean, arguably already Caleb Williams is the best Bears quarterback of all time. 8-3 on the season. Dude, it doesn't take much. Like Rex Grossman might have been the best one before that.
Let's go
Butler.
post 1950. I think Sid Luckman's in the Hall of Fame.
Dude, if the Chiefs lost that game last week, their season was done. That division has been shitty for years now, and it still does not disappoint when it comes to the shit pile.
No, I didn't pick them, but I like USA Today had them picked at like what 12-5.
That's I know, and I was pissed.
In week
Yeah.
4, when the
I know,
Chargers
and
were
look at who's
3-0,
pissed now.
3-0 in the division, were we?
We're getting into the most consequential weeks of the NFL season, and we're going to talk each of the divisions. We're going to go through the AFC, and Mike, I mean, I'm telling you right now, there are some teams, there's no way I would have picked the Broncos, the Patriots, to be at the top of the AFC divisions. Frankly, to be 1-2, and if the playoffs started today, which is right before Thanksgiving, the number 1 seed would go to the Patriots.
Yeah, well, I mean, oddly though, there were a lot of people in preseason picks who had the Broncos winning the AFC West. So this is not that outlier, but New England is wild. Yeah, I mean that one has caught everyone by surprise.
So we're gonna right now. Let's just get into it, and then I'm gonna turn it right over to you, Mike, and talk over exactly what's going on in the AFC East. AFC East, that means it's 10-2 right now with New England. They are 3 games ahead of Buffalo, and they have the Giants, Buffalo, Baltimore, Jets, and Miami left in the season, Mike. Are they winning the division?
I think they've got a good chance. Yeah, I mean the road is there. The thing is that the Bills can continue to try to keep the heat on them, and obviously with a team that's not super experienced in New England, you could slip up in a game or two that you're not expected to. But I think they have a pretty commanding lead. Do I think their lead is as safe as Denver's? No, I don't.
Safe as
Wow, I'm going a step further, and I think New England's already clinched the division basically.
Wow!
They're playing. They have Miami.
Wow!
Well, how is it a wow? They're playing the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Giants. I think
Dude,
those
the Dolphins
three,
still could make it.
The Dolphins did beat the
they're
Bills
only
recently.
playing for spoiler, and
Half the Dolphins' wins come from Buffalo.
Granted, and they only have if they just beat the Bills, then those 3 games don't even matter at all. I see like 4 different ways that I don't see how they don't win the division in this.
Wow,
interesting.
They already have a
call it right now. Birdman's pick is New England right now. Call it.
Yeah, they have too big of a lead. Granted, how did they get there?
only
I think
3
it's the bigger
games.
question. Yeah, there's only 5 left, right? Like,
No. There's 6 left.
6 left.
Yeah.
Okay. I still, I think they have
5
it.
of them.
It's theirs. It's theirs. Now, and saying that the Broncos is safer, I don't agree at all. The Chiefs kind of made a little bit of a resurgence in that overtime.
Dude,
win.
if the Chiefs
They're
lost
back
that
to-
game last week, their season was done. It
Right,
was over.
Right, but that's the catalyst that they needed. I think everyone kind of maybe expected them to not go away this early. Granted, in that fashion, it was a little bit more surprising that they had to do the comeback and win in overtime.
We will get
but
to
that,
the
that
AFC
sounds
West
exactly
ball.
like Chiefs football that I've seen for the last 5 years.
All right, going to the AFC West.
Okay.
9-2. Who saw the Broncos at 9-2? Mike, shut up. No, you did not see them at 9-2.
You got a
I didn't
bowling,
pick them.
baby, bowling.
No, I didn't pick them, but I like USA Today had them picked at like what 12-5.
That's I know, and I was pissed.
In week
Yeah.
4, when the
I know,
Chargers
and
were
look at who's
3-0
pissed now.
3-0 in the division, were we a little bit worried?
I mean,
don't
you're
know,
not
but
wrong.
Now, how is it looking?
I will say, they have a really tough remainder of the schedule. So they have Kansas City, Las Vegas, in Las Vegas. They typically lose that game. Green Bay, Jacksonville, and then they end with the Chargers.
Yeah, it is a tougher schedule. With that said, though, that means that the Chargers or Chiefs would have to come from way back. That's where I think Denver's
From way
lead-
back?
Yeah,
They're only 2 games out. The Chargers are 2 games back.
The
and
Chargers are a couple, but the Chiefs are further
They're
back.
3 games.
Yeah, that's a pretty sizable lead to be back.
And they have a head-to-head
So,
matchup.
just for the record, three is significant when it's the Broncos, but not significant with the Patriots. Is that what we're saying? I don't know. It's 3 is 3.
I didn't say it was
know.
significant. I said the Bills are still. You're the one that's concluding that it was done. It's over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Crown
know.
them now.
I don't think
You're
it's
gonna crown 'em,
not
crown 'em.
totally safe for either one, but I think they both have pretty secure leads. I mean, it's going to take a pretty big collapse and a really good run for Kansas City to get back. Could they do it? Of course.
Dude, how do
And
you
then
feel about
the-
Damian Pierce getting an offer from the Broncos and turning it down to go to the practice squad of the Chiefs?
I mean, I guess it happened. I don't really have big feelings on it. It's good for Damian
All right,
Pierce.
biggest question mark on Denver right now, running game. Can they turn that running game around by putting Adam Prentice as the lead back?
I knew it. Yep.
Not happening. All right.
I mean, I think that a couple things for Denver. Obviously, like O-line health has to hold up, and then defensively, can they avoid a late season swoon that they had last year? The defense was so good for most of the season last year, and then if you remember, there was that Jameis Winston game, where he had a 500-yard passing game. Denver won the game, but from then on, it wasn't quite as formidable of a defense. We'll see how they hold it together.
We might
late.
be seeing Jameis at receiver now, though. So
That is true.
I mean,
Stop it with the
after
Heisman.
That,
Yeah.
Russ told me to give him the Heisman.
Famous Jameis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
maybe
so
the highlight of the year for me. I don't
the
know.
question, though, I have is, honestly, do you think that their running game is not going to be a problematic aspect?
No, I think it is a
Absolutely.
big concern for sure. I mean, you might see RJ Harvey grow into the role. We'll see, but obviously, right now it's a huge question. Huge. Yeah.
Adam Prentice. All right, now moving on to the AFC South. I think this is going to be the division to watch. This one is going to come down to the wire. Now, we're going to stop real quickly here and say the AFC West was decided basically in the first 4 weeks because somehow they front-loaded the divisional schedule and that was crap.
Mm-hmm.
Every other division that matters seems to have backloaded it, and I feel like that needs to be mandated. In the schedule, last 2 weeks you're playing, last 3 weeks you're playing your divisional opponents.
Well,
Mandated schedule. Mandated. Mike.
That is fair. It's a very interesting statement you've just said though, because the Broncos started out with not a great start in the AFC West, and now they have a stranglehold.
It doesn't matter.
The Chargers
You get
started
what I'm
out
saying.
3-0.
It's just like you don't get those head-to-head matchups in the real ones that matter.
That's fair.
So right now, okay, Indy is 8-3. They have a 2-game lead on Houston. Yeah, I said Houston was still in it when they were 3-5, and you guys wrote me off.
They're still in it.
And then Jacksonville 7-4. They're a game back. Indy has Houston twice and Jacksonville twice, and Seattle and San Francisco.
It's tough.
Yeah.
They have
That's the
one
toughest
hell
slate.
of a schedule. Now,
Absolutely.
we've been talking about this. Broncos and Indy both had really bad strengths of schedule. So did New England to start the first 8 games. They both had a snooze fest of opponents. But Indy's remainder of the schedule might be the hardest in the whole NFL. So,
Yeah.
does Indy hold on to that divisional?
It'll be tough. I mean, I think they can, but obviously, you said it. They've got 4 divisional games against the teams that are right behind them. So we're gonna find out pretty quickly. The cream will rise to the top.
Paul?
Yeah, I mean that's the toughest slate you could probably write up, but I see them making it, but whether it's going to be from the division or the wild card, I'm not sure exactly. But Houston, yeah, their defense looks insane. I felt like I was getting sacked just watching them against Buffalo. But,
Between them and imagine being Geno Smith last week. That sucks. You're running for
Yeah.
your life every play.
Yeah.
All right, final one in the AFC. We're going to the North now. This might be another one to watch just because of the fact that 2, 3, and 8 teams are seemingly still in it somehow. They're exactly the same amount of games back that Buffalo is from New England. You have Cincinnati and Cleveland at 3 and 8, and somehow could pull off a divisional win.
All right, no,
if the
they're
Cards
absolutely not in it. Just
Stop it!
Absolutely.
Get out of here! All right, so
Absolutely
Baltimore 6-5.
Yeah.
It's the top of the division.
we
right
said
now.
this 5 weeks ago that Baltimore's next 5 games
Yeah.
were against terrible opponents, and they did what they were expected to. Now, are we going to see more of this team or the one that looks great on paper, but doesn't perform. And now Lamar is now nursing a toe injury on top of his
Those
hamstring.
are rough.
So he has 6 different types of injuries and obviously that team's not going to go anywhere unless he's at full strength. So we will see. But I like where Baltimore is going.
Baltimore has Cincinnati twice, Pitt twice, New England, and Green Bay to finish the season.
That's fairly
Pittsburgh,
tough.
also 6-5, has Baltimore twice, Buffalo, Detroit, and Cleveland to end the season.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Both
Yeah.
have terrible schedules if you want to win outright. I honestly think that this is just going to be a slugfest, and you're going to see someone that's 9-8 win the division.
You will, but it's between those teams. The Bengals, the Browns are not. As much as you want to see the Browns come back, it's not happening.
Okay,
It's
we gotta
not-
pause here and just say
absolutely
the
not.
Browns subreddit has gone hysterical
They,
like the
they
Broncos.
put
subreddit.
Shador in way too late for the Super Bowl gauntlet run. You know, it was
Stop it.
possible. He was a first of 17 Cleveland quarterbacks to win their first start. That's got to be
Dude,
said to something, right?
this is all I'm gonna say
granted,
about
it was against
Browns.
the Raiders.
Yeah.
This is
but,
all I'm gonna say is that it has been so long since the Browns have seen a quarterback that can throw plus 50 yards.
It was
Yeah.
nice on the little
Like,
rollout to the right.
Everybody thinks
200
that it's
yards
the
on
second
11
coming just
completions.
because the guy completed a 50-yard pass. So, anyways, that's the AFC for you. Right now, we're saying New England wins. It wins the East. In the South, who are we taking? Jacksonville, Houston, or Indy?
That's tough.
I'm taking the Jaguars to surprise.
I like
Let's
that.
get them
Hey,
in. Yeah.
They have one of the highest win records against teams with a winning record, but they have a shitty record against teams with a shitty record.
Yep.
So
That doesn't make any
It's a
sense.
weird
But
thing.
they get Indy twice, though.
They get
They're
Indy
going to
twice.
beat
There you
them
go.
twice.
I got Houston in this one. I
Wow,
think Houston comes
I'm
back.
going Indy just 'cause
They're going to
they're the
revert to
front
David Mills after C.J. Stroud comes back and takes a poop. No? All right, Denver. Are they winning the West?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Denver
and
is.
then who's winning the North?
It's
Come
Baltimore.
on. Yeah, all right.
Baltimore's doing
Yeah,
it.
the Browns. All right, so we're moving on now to the NFC. NFC, we're going to start over in the NFC East. Philadelphia's at the top of that one, 8-3. The next team in line is 2.5 games back. That would be Dem Boys, 5-5-1. That tie is going to have serious implications when you start talking about the wild card, which is crazy. But Philadelphia has Chicago this week, Chargers, Washington twice, and then they final game of the season is against Buffalo.
Yeah.
How do we feel about this one?
Well, that
Are they winning-
final,
winning
the
the
final
division?
game could be big for both teams, right?
Yeah.
The Bills are fighting for a lot. I think Philly does hang on and win the division, but it's tough.
They could have
Yeah.
already had it had they not
Yeah,
won
yeah,
the 21-0 lead.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm a little shocked that they're even in the running with them boys, but I think they still hold on. It's too big a
Yeah,
lead.
Philly flies high. All right, next we're going to the South, which is another one of those just contested matches. You know, that division has been shitty for years now, and it still does not disappoint when it comes to the shit pile. So you have 6-5, both Carolina and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay with the tiebreaker right now. 2 games behind that at 4-7 is Atlanta. And then 4 games behind that at 2-9, seemingly not eliminated yet.
They are.
But they're not all right. They could theoretically, I'm saying, make it back. You have New Orleans at 2-9. Now, so the remainder of the season, Tampa Bay,
Yeah.
has one of the easiest remainders of the schedule. They have Arizona this week. They have New Orleans, Atlanta, and then they play Carolina twice.
Yeah. I mean, this is like someone in the NFC is furious that they have to go on the road to play one of these teams in the first round. I mean, that's the thing. It's just like, yeah.
I think when we were walking our projections last week, Tampa is going to have a home loss in the first round.
No,
I mean,
no.
That's just
Carolina's winning this division, and they're going to pull the upset in the first round. It's going to be just one of those shocking NFC
Panthers.
divisional or wild card weekends.
I mean, it's possible. Like they might draw the Bears or something in the first round, right? Like it's
that would be a good feel good story that the Bears and the Panthers.
Yeah.
We have the best team in football, the Rams at 9-2,
Mm-hmm.
well better than the Broncos and well better than New England. Do you want to
Sure.
debate that?
I mean, it's sure. I mean, right now it doesn't matter. No one cares in November. That's the thing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I care on Turkey Bowl, but anyways. So 9-2. You have the Rams. Then you have two other teams that are one game back. San Francisco's at 8-3, and Seattle's at 8-3. The Rams have a pretty decent schedule for them. They play Arizona twice. Who Arizona is not anywhere close to what they should be. They're better with Jacoby Brissett, I'll tell you that, but not anywhere where that team should be. After that, they have them twice. They have Detroit, Seattle, Atlanta, and Carolina to finalize that season. Do the Rams pull this off?
Yeah. I like this.
That's it. That's it.
So I misspoke last week saying Stafford had 3 picks. He's only thrown 2 the whole season. He's just too clean with 30 touchdowns. He's not even just a check it down Charlie. Like, he's six in the league with passing yards. I mean, it's just
he's gonna win the MVP.
Too clean. It's too clean.
He's gonna win the MVP. And Jonathan Taylor had a horrible week last week, and it's gonna be. He's gonna have to have like 2 more 250-yard plus games.
As much as I wanted it to be a running back, it looked good early, but
not anymore.
It was just too clean.
It wasn't
only
Barkley
throwing
last
2
year.
picks the whole season.
Yeah.
Can't be anymore.
No.
Mike?
Yeah, I think the Rams hang in here, although I have to say the 49ers are the most surprising 8-3 team in the league. I mean, it's, it really is, given like all the injuries they've had, everything, like for this team to be in contention, you kind of, like, I know no one is really like, they're like, all right, it's Brock Purdy and Mac Jones, but you got to remember Purdy was the quarterback of this team that went to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, so they could be a sleeper in the playoffs.
Yeah, how much of that success is just from a culture that is just completely accustomed to winning with all? I mean,
no, it's just
they are scary. Okay,
well,
he's a huge part for sure.
They're
but
terrifying.
I mean, coaching-wise, structurally, I mean, even though they've gone short a couple times in the Super Bowl, it's just that when have they ever been in a lull? And I agree with Mike. Like, I mean, if they have a healthy stretch, who knows what could happen?
What's the chances Mac Jones and Purdy get hurt and you see Jimmy Garoppolo
maybe back in the Super
bring
Bowl?
Him back.
I don't know.
Bring him back, baby.
Yep. Bring back Jeff Garcia while we're at it.
All right, in the North, maybe the most surprising lead out of any division is that the Chicago Bears have seemingly found a quarterback. I mean, arguably already Caleb Williams is the best Bears quarterback of all time. 8-3 on the season. Dude, it doesn't take much. Even like Rex Grossman might have been the best one before that.
Let's go
Cutler.
Post 1950. I think Sid Luckman's in the Hall of Fame. You can't put him in there yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, so the Chicago has might have the hardest schedule for the remainder of the season. To win out, they have to beat Philadelphia this week, Green Bay twice, Cleveland. That's an asterisk on that one. And then San Francisco and Detroit.
Yeah, it's tough.
Now, Green Bay's only a half game back, 7-3-1. Again, that tie is really going to come in huge later. Detroit's 1 game back, and Minnesota is 4 games back at 4-7.
Not happening.
Who wins the North?
So I actually like Green Bay to come back in this. That Bears schedule looks pretty rough, and I think that they're overperforming a little bit just from the eye test, but congrats on where they are at this point. I think Bears fans would gladly take whatever comes this way after how this season's been. I like Green Bay, though, but to take the division by the end.
Mike?
What do you guys think?
I'm going with the Lions.
Wow.
I think the Lions get back in and take this thing.
I agree.
It would be a great story for the Bears to do it, but I think Detroit has all the experience.
Not the Vikings?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I agree.
McCarthy
I like
has
that.
to remember how to throw the football first.
Dude, I think as you get later and later, especially in those like venues, outdoor, both Soldier Field and in Green Bay, dude, having a 1-2 punch like Gibbs and Montgomery is insane, especially postseason. Holy cow. I don't want to play against that. I don't want to try and tackle Montgomery. No chance. So I think that, I agree with you, Mike. I got the Lions in this. So, going back as a recap, we have the Lions winning the North. Rams winning the West? Yes? Consensus? Good. South Carolina? Yeah?
TB, but
I think I like the Bucks.
All right, TV, Carolina. What about in the East? We all on Philly?
Filthy.
Them boys.
Yeah, filthy.
All right, so now we're talking we're talking both QBs and we're talking the wild card. On the AFC side, you have in the 5th, 6th, and 7th spot, Chargers, Jacksonville, and the Bills, respectively. Right now, it's a rematch of the wild card weekend in Denver this time. Kind of wild.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Wild.
on the bubble, right now, 55% chance that the 6-5 Kansas City Chiefs make it, according to NFL.com. Also, Texans 6-5, 44% chance, and Steelers 6-5 at a 27% chance. Now, on the bubble, guys, we thinking anybody's making it, not making it? Where are we saying those final 3 in the AFC is for the wild card?
I still think the Chiefs make it, but as an actual wild card team. I think if the Texans or Steelers make it, they've got to win their division.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. 100%.
Yeah, that sounds very valid.
Now, any chance that you see the 4-7 Dolphins?
No.
Oh my.
No.
What about the 3-8?
No.
3-8?
No.
Who's even 3-8? They were discussing
Cincinnati and
No.
Cincinnati.
Oh no.
Stop it.
All right, on the NFC side, you have, well, actually, you know what I'm going to give? I think the Chargers, even though they're 7-4, they missed the playoffs. I'm calling that right now. Even though they're in the 5th spot, they have too many injuries. Frankly, with Joe All out, I think that's a big enough injury to really set back Herbert, and I have not liked the way they've been playing. So I'm going to just say that the Chargers don't make it. You have Jacksonville in the 5th spot. I think the Bills maintain. Yeah, it is crazy. The Bills at the 6th spot, and then I see Kansas City sneaking in. And you're
With the season on the line, is there anyone that you're going to go with over Patrick Mahomes trying to rescue a team? Probably not. I mean,
Shedeur.
Yes, Shedeur is. Yeah, absolutely.
No? Okay, all right. On the NFC side, Paul,
Okay.
you have Seattle 8-3 at 5, Green Bay at 7-3-1 at the 6th spot, and then San Francisco currently in the 7th spot at 8-4. On the bubble, as if it ended today, Detroit is not in the playoffs at 7-4. Carolina isn't. Dallas isn't. Frankly, the Falcons aren't. And do we have to bring up Minnesota?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see a lot changing actually in the NFC. I do think Detroit maybe sneaks in
As a wild card.
as a wild card,
Okay.
but beyond that, I think Dallas is cooked, and yeah, I think Seattle also stays where they're at.
See, you and I have actually Detroit winning that division,
Right,
which
yeah.
bumps
So does
the
it-
Bears
bumping
or
the Bears
right,
into wild card
Packers.
or completely out.
Somewhat. Well, it's going to get interesting because of how schedules line up. Obviously, someone between the Rams, Seahawks, and 49ers, 2 of those teams are going to be wild card teams, or one is going to miss entirely. It is entirely possible. It's not impossible, I don't think. I don't think it's likely that all 3 make it, but it could happen. I mean, if the teams in the North don't take care of business, you could see 3 teams from the NFC West make it.
Dude, honestly, you know what else you could see? You could see a great team like Detroit miss the playoffs, and then it's a very realistic scenario where you have a sub-500 team in the NFC South or AFC South NFC South make it.
Yep.
So anyways, I
That
think
shit pile of a division is just continues to.
and it came from their last time too.
It always comes from
It
there.
has been the same.
Oh man, so
forever.
when we're talking about this though, I see Chicago losing every game except for the Cleveland game, meaning that they end the season no better than 9-8, right? So that would be the line here, I think, for the bottom end of the wild card.
So
now,
I got to ask,
the question
Mike,
is,
you have Chicago in because you don't have them winning the division. I agree with third. I think they're sitting atop the division. I have them out at the moment.
I think I'm gonna go with that as well. I don't think the Bears are gonna make it.
Wow,
It's
so
still
that's a hell of a
fraud,
collapse.
fraud alert.
Yeah.
We're
That is
just-
a hell of a
we're all
collapse, yeah.
Unanimously picking.
I don't know that it's a huge collapse. It's just that there are some other really good teams in the wild card hunt, right?
It would
and
be
they've
very
got
on brand, right?
Yeah.
Even though they're not a collapse.
dude, they also
they're just generally
they're
not in the
8-3
race
and
at
they
all.
played like Baltimore at the worst possible time for Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean but I don't know. I mean they're a decent
Right.
team. They've got to win. I think at least 2 more games, probably 3. 3 games should get them in if they can do it.
All right, now turning to the QB situation, Mike. In the QBs, we've had some horrendous QB situations. For instance, The Steelers are 6-5, and partially because the Steelers did not play Chicago with Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Mason Rudolph sneaks in. Luckily, he didn't have Myles Garrett ripping his helmet off and slapping him over the top with it. Paul's over there barely hanging on. It's frankly cold. All right, so Rodgers has a wrist concern. You have the Mills versus Stroud situation going on down in Texan land.
Is that really a situation?
I can't believe it is, and I want to talk about that at some point. And then you also have J.J. McCarthy absolutely blowing up the Vikings' chances of glory this year.
Well, I don't know that they had glory anyway, but
no glory?
No.
Oh, come on.
No,
all right,
not.
so
yeah.
Talking about out of all of these, and then you have Shadur Sanders coming in, and Cleveland's fan base has never been more excited.
Fired up.
Which of these is the worst QB situation? Starting with right now the situation of being a top 10 team of Pittsburgh to now being probably out of the playoffs. I don't see a path for the Steelers winning and making it to the playoffs, which would be Tomlin's first time not making the playoffs in how long?
It doesn't happen often.
Ever.
Yeah.
So then the Mills versus Stroud situation, which shouldn't even be a situation. Mills is hands down a worse quarterback. C.J. Stroud actually has pretty good stats this year. 66%, 1,700 yards,
I don't think it's a
11-5, and 93.4.
It's not a
QBR.
situation. He just was concussed.
But people are like, keep him in after that big win last week.
He was concussed.
Because we're not going to give credit to what they had 12 sacks against Buffalo, right? Like I don't see them contributing
comes in
that win to the quarterback play. But I mean, I think it's a clear winner that the Vikings is the worst situation.
Yeah.
Like what didn't they have a 13-win season with Darnold or something like that? Like granted, did they do anything in the playoffs? No, but like. And look how he's doing, right? I don't. What?
Yeah.
How do you feel if you're in that locker room and just being like,
and it wasn't that great of a play, but like, what was the strategy to go all in on JJ? It couldn't have been the play.
Did you see that draft?
Like,
they went all in on JJ and
Dallas
Turner in the first round. Like they have no draft picks. That's gonna go back and look at it, and Dallas Turner has not been playing well. Like for where he was drafted and considered the best defensive player in that draft. That dude has not turned out. That is going to look at one of the worst drafts of all time.
There was a Reddit quote, or a stat rather, that JJ has as many picks as Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams has 750 more attempts.
Yikes.
750.
Most comparable to JJ.
Oh my,
this is another Reddit stat. The most comparable QB comparison is your boy, Mike. Jamarcus Russell, that's right.
I mean, you could probably pull some other miscellaneous bad quarterbacks.
Granted, he's only had
Achilles
6 starts.
I don't know.
6 starts.
Yeah.
So it is a small sample size, and he's the youngest in the league. If we're trying to defend him, which I'm not necessarily. But
why we gotta get? You did not wake up wanting to catch strays in Wyoming too. Let's have Achilles Smith catching strays.
All right, Christian Ponder. Would they rather have Christian Ponder right now? Or J.J. McCarthy.
It's like that Tim Tebow. If Tim Tebow has a thought, is it a Christian Ponder?
all right, Mike. If it's not Christian, answer that,
That's
Paul.
So
Christian
bad.
Ponder or J.J. right now? Which one do you want?
Over the Tebow. I don't know. The Tebow quote just has my brain.
Okay, fine.
That was a meme.
Under today's standards, I'm not
brain
saying when he
freeze
wasn't a Vikings quarterback. Would you rather have Gus Frerotte or J.J.?
Gus Frerotte.
Right now?
Frerotte
he's like 60 years old.
Oh, not well. Right, you probably still could throw for some yards, sure.